Hey friends, so it's Sunday afternoon. I'm in my sweats and I'm showing you what I'm prepping for this week. I'm getting ready for a pretty busy week, so I'm gonna actually prep my lunches out. I normally just ingredient prep, but this week is gonna be slammed, and then I'm going to the Cape towards the end of the week. So I'm going to show you how I make these honey sesame chicken bowls. And I'm gonna start by making a little marinade for some chicken here. This is just chicken breast that I cut up in about 1 to 2 inch pieces. And I'm gonna make the marinade with, let's see, about a quarter cup of coconut aminos. Coconut aminos is a really, really handy thing to have for flavoring food if you have acid reflux or gastritis. And then about 2 tablespoons of avocado oil or sesame oil. If you have sesame oil, this would be great with sesame oil. Definitely recommend that. And then about a tablespoon of honey. I'm gonna mix that up, and I'm gonna pair the chicken with some roasted broccoli. Super simple, just throw it in the oven at the same time with a little bit of avocado oil, just a light layer, and some salt. And then I'm going to also pair it with some noodles, some rice noodles. So meal prepping doesn't have to be complicated. I recommend just choosing protein, a plant, and a carbohydrate, and then our healthy fats come in the cooking method of our protein or our veggies or both. I'm also probably going to pair this with my faux peanut sauce. You could use peanut butter in the peanut sauce that I have, but the recipe for my peanut sauce uses sunflower seed butter because that's nut free if you have an allergy. And I also find that sunflower seed butter is just really well tolerated for people with acid reflux and gastritis. So give your chicken a nice stir in the marinade. Make sure it's nice and coated. And there's probably better ways to cook chicken. Like if you know a better way, let me know. I need to put it in the oven and then walk away and do something else. You could definitely pan sear it, you could grill it, but this is what works for me. I forgot I wanted to add about a teaspoon of salt. So add that in. Yeah, so for me, I just like to lay it out on a sheet pan and then walk away. Time efficiency is, my main priority in the kitchen, but you could definitely grill this. It would be really delicious. Okay, so just grabbing a baking sheet here, laying my chicken out. And then the best part about this too is you can cook the broccoli at the exact same time. And you could put your rice noodles on the stove, and like in 30 minutes, you could have lunch for the whole week versus taking the 30 minutes or 10 minutes every day to prep the lunch during the week. And this really, when it's ready, it's just so much easier. When it's ready to grab out of the fridge, you're much more likely to grab that meal or that food item versus grabbing snacks. I am definitely guilty of that during busy weeks. It's just grabbing snacks throughout the day instead of having real meals, and I notice I don't feel as well when I do that. So that is why I'm thinking ahead. So I'm going to pop this in the oven for 20 minutes and then show you how I build my bowl, and I'll catch up with you then. All right, friends, my chicken just came out of the oven and it smells so good. It smells like a Chinese food restaurant in the best way. And I'm going to be making a couple bowls for the week. So I'm using some soba noodles. I actually have these left over from a recipe that I made, my soba noodle salad. Definitely check that one out for another quick and easy meal prep. And it also shows how you can use some of the same ingredients in 2 different meal prep recipes. So I probably have like 2 servings from that recipe and then 2 servings from this recipe. Well, more with the chicken, but 2 bowls that I'm going to make. And so that's pretty much my lunches for most of the week. And I also added just a little bit of carrot and red cabbage to this. So I'm gonna add about 4 to 5 ounces of the chicken into each bowl. And that is really, really, really where you wanna be in terms of protein per meal when you're using animal protein, because 4 ounces is gonna give you 20 grams. And so we wanna be in that 20 to 30 grams of protein range to give you enough protein to balance blood sugars and help you stay nourished and satiated in between meals. I roasted some broccoli earlier, super easy. Just toss this in some avocado oil and a little bit of salt, and then threw it on a sheet pan, popped it into the oven at the same time as the chicken. Put that on top. Awesome. And then I have some broccoli sprouts. So if you haven't checked out my video on how I grow broccoli sprouts, it's literally the easiest thing. After I sprout them, I keep them in this little glass jar. So I'm gonna add those on top. After you harvest the broccoli sprouts, they really only last like 5 to 6 days max in the fridge. So you kind of do have to use them a little bit quickly. But I love them, so I go through them really quickly. Put them in everything. I put them in bowls, in smoothies. I'm gonna add just a little bit more coconut aminos on top. And I also would love to add my peanut sauce, which I'll put the recipe down below with this in case you want to make it on top. It would be really good. But your girl has a lot to do today, so I'm just gonna keep it simple. And I've got some healthy fats in there with the oil that I cooked the broccoli in. So I may add a little bit of olive oil when I top these, but super easy. I'm excited to have these throughout the week. These little containers I got on Amazon, and I store my dry goods in them. And then I'm just gonna put some clear wrap over this one, but super easy. If you make this, let me know. And if you have any recipe requests, please do submit them under the submit a question area under the programs tab. I hope this is helpful for a quick, easy meal, and I'll see you at the next recipe.